My God.
My God. Let me get my prune face on when I do that. My God.
Get your bit of your face.
What is a prune face? What the fuck is a prune face?
I'll shrivel it up and
What?
I don't fucking know. Don't question what I speak about, motherfucker.
Don't listen to me. I'm drunk.
Watch the intro. Watch the intro's gonna hit now. What's up? What's up? Welcome to episode 25 of Startup X Gaming News Podcast, presented by 2Sig TV. I'm your host, Six Sensei. Joining me today, Sig Lawless.
What's up?
And Six Psycho.
What's happening?
Not a lot, guys. We just got a whole shitload of news to run over today.
Yeah.
So
Compared to the past couple weeks.
compared to the past couple of weeks, right? Shit's coming alive for the year 2012. And first of all, if you want to see your gameplay right here on 2Sig TV, all you got to do is save it to your vault, labeled Startup X, and send me an email, 2sigtv@gmail.com, or hit me up on Twitter at 2sigtv, and I'll go grab your gameplay, and it'll be right here. As you can see, somebody's gameplay, probably J Money, 68-0 MOAB drop zone gameplay. He wants a shout out, so I'm giving it to him. J Money, this is a badass gameplay you're watching right now. But anyway, on to the news, right? Assassin's Creed. This is breaking news. This is brand new. Assassin's Creed. Finally, Assassin's Creed 3 is coming out.
That's breaking news.
It is breaking news. It just came out today, which is Wednesday. Well, Assassin's Creed 3, we didn't know it was going to be Assassin's Creed 3, right? This is confirmed.
We knew another Assassin's Creed was coming out, not Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah, it's going to be Assassin's Creed 3, and they're releasing in December of 2012, set around the world ending.
December? No.
That ties into the whole game.
That was speculation, right? That was rumor. But October 30th
is the
release date.
What? So
And
that
we're gonna
rumor
find
was
So you can play it while the world's ending.
So you play it before the world ends. Because if it released while the world ended,
Nobody will know the ending.
right? That would just
They probably
suck.
thought about that a little bit.
That's a good marketing strategy, I guess.
They're finally going to end Desmond's story. Finally going to end it, right? So we had Assassin's Creed 1, started Desmond's story. I played that game, and I was absolutely enamored with just everything that they did, right? It was just so much innovation story-wise. I was captured, right? Then I played 2, and again, the same thing, right? They innovated.
Even better.
So much better.
Yeah.
10 times better, and it was amazing. And then they come out with Brotherhood. And I was like, holy crap, I wanted 3. This is
2.1.
It's 2.1. Then they come out with Revelations the next year, which is 2.2, right? And I just, I couldn't get into it, right? When I finished Assassin's Creed 2, personally, I was done with Assassin's Creed 2. But they did the Revelations and the Brotherhood, and that was just more Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but I don't have 40 hours for more Assassin's Creed 2. I was done with it, my personal chapter.
But on my chapter, I had those 40 hours.
You played them all.
Spare. I played them all. I enjoyed them all.
You should spoil the other two
No,
games
no,
for
no,
us.
no, don't spoil.
Right now. Spoil it.
Don't
Go.
spoil. Right, I didn't play
I don't spoil
Brotherhood. I
anything.
tried to play Brotherhood. I put about 6 hours in it, and I was just like, man, when I finished 2, I was done with 2. I was done with all of this.
You should have put another 6 and you'd have got into it.
I'm not trying to put 12 hours into a game before I'm into it. That's just me. But
Go play Final Fantasy for all that.
yeah,
huh?
no shit.
No, you'd have to put like 40 hours into it, 40% into it.
But anyway, when I finished 2,
fail.
right, I was ready for Desmond's story. I was ready for the today.
Yeah, like I don't even remember what's going on with Desmond.
He's
Like,
hiding.
it's been so long since I played
He's hiding,
2.
dude.
All right, so spoilers. And not heavy spoilers, but spoilers. Desmond he finally started getting into his own world, like today's world. It's a little bit in the future, but today's world. He finally started getting into that.
In Revelations? At the end of Revelations.
Well, I was talking about it in the 2. He
At
just
the
finally
end of,
started
At the
getting
end of Revelations, he was too.
That's a lot of spoilers.
So they just jumped right back to where 2 ended, right? Just met there.
Well, dude.
Whoa.
but
No too much spoilers.
No, in Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood and Revelations, he's just basically been hiding from the Templars the whole time.
Okay, all right. That's it on the spoilers. He's been hiding. Finally, on Assassin's Creed 3, October 30th, we're going to get the closure of Desmond's story, which is interesting as hell. Right? I'm going to wiki Brotherhood and Revelations, and I'm going to play Assassin's Creed 3. I've been waiting on this for 3 years. I want Assassin's Creed 3 bad. Like, I'm super into that story. I just couldn't play more of Assassin's Creed 2.
You know what would be funny? If Assassin's Creed 3 just fucking tanked because they waited so long to fucking release the shit.
It's not gonna happen.
I know it's
I don't
not,
think
but
it's
it would
gonna
be
happen.
funny.
I think I think they
Says
milked
the
it.
Xbox fanboy.
Why? What the
What
fuck
does
does
that
that have
even
to do with
mean?
anything?
That's a PS3 exclusive.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. You fucking
Assassin's
retard.
Creed is on all consoles.
You
All-
just
all-
bought an Xbox. Welcome to the world. Now you know that there is other
news
games
out.
on there.
News is out. The
Hey,
guy on the
you're not-
PlayStation
no,
side
you're not
of
supposed to
the
tell
banner.
everybody that.
Well, the news
Cat's
is
out
out,
the
so we're
bag
gonna have
now.
cat is out of the
Hey,
bag.
I did not buy an Xbox. My wife did.
You know?
With your money.
Yes.
So you bought an Xbox.
And she bought one with Kinect. Now let's get your quick review or quick opinion, if you will, on Kinect. Right?
Very impressed.
It is impressive.
Very impressed.
It is impressive. It kicks PlayStation Move's ass,
Absolutely.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Dude,
In just terms of support, like developer support.
I would trade the PlayStation Move in a second if I could get any money for it.
Speaking of, a list of commands for Mass Effect 3 is out to tell you what you can do on Kinect.
What, speech commands?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Not impressed. I'm
Not
not
impressed?
excited for that. I'm not trying to scream blast shot or something across the screen.
Well, did it-
I
did
would
it
rather just do it on my controller.
Do the speech commands work while you're playing with the controller?
Of course.
That's-
You're gonna be shooting and shit, and then you could just shoot at your enemy and then tell Grunt or whoever. I don't know. I play Mass Effect 2.
Dude.
I haven't played Mass Effect 3. Tell Grunt blast shot, and he's gonna blast shot your enemy.
I'm into that.
You're
I
into
like
that? You're
I
gonna
like
sit there
that.
and scream that?
Right there. I like
That's
that.
pretty cool.
I'm not-
well,
I'm
it's
not
cool
feeling
because like all right, go into the power wheel and it is cool. I like that. I like the whole hotkey kind of system in
Right.
there.
But
Like,
it
I
pauses
like
the
that,
game.
But it pauses
That's
the game.
only
Yeah.
thing.
If you can, like, if you just on the fly, just shout out what you want. Like, say
Yeah.
you're that into it, you're just fucking sitting there game, you're fucking shooting shit,
Yeah.
you know, duck behind cover, you just like blast shot and then bam, fucking pop out with the sniper rifle and fucking.
Yeah, either that or you're fighting a dude with heavy armor with shields on, and
And you need to change your ammo type.
No, you need to you tell one of your teammates to get rid of the shield on the dude.
Yeah.
Or you need to change your ammo type. Like, I say I'm not into it. I think it could be cool. I'm just still not ready to sit there and holler at my screen.
It keeps you in the heat of the moment. Like, dude, you're playing, and you don't have to pause the game to change your ammo type or tell them to do something.
Question. Why do we need Kinect to do this?
Well,
What's
that's
the
another
purpose,
thing.
right? Almost every Xbox, they're starting to kind of fade away, but almost every Xbox comes with a headset.
Yeah.
That's a microphone. Kinect? What part of that are they using for this?
Well,
for
they've
this
had previous
voice
games that
integration?
use the microphone, the headset, you speak into it to give commands, and it does that. Like, I think, like, this is just, like, they're trying to pitch to connect to people,
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
like,
it's smart marketing, but I don't
Yeah.
see why it has to be.
it's not necessary. Kinect is not necessary to receive this feature. It's just they're like
They're making an exclusive part of
yeah,
that,
they're
or
like
whatever.
trying to,
So speaking of Mass Effect, the demo comes out this week. I read a little bit about it, not too much. I haven't played it yet, but it's supposed to be like a little bit different, a little lighter on the combat and heavier on the story.
Well, I mean, it's the end of the
they're
series.
They're
I
finishing the
agree.
story.
The combat to me was strong. It wasn't the strongest part of the game. The story is where, like, it's kind of like Uncharted, right? The story is where it's at.
Right.
Like Assassin's Creed, the story is where it's at.
I think the combat was pretty good. in
It
the
was
game.
solid.
Yeah.
It held up just like Uncharted, just like, well, Assassin's Creed kind of just still has that innovation. But just like Uncharted or anything else, the combat holds up. It doesn't take away from the game, but the story is where it's at. Your decisions is what makes the difference to me.
I mean, just to see, how everything
It's gonna
concludes
unfold.
and yeah,
It's gonna
the
be cool.
decisions
It's
you
gonna
made.
be
Yeah.
interesting.
But yeah, the demo. If I'm not mistaken, there's like the co-op demo in there as well.
I think so. I think
It's four-player co-op.
Multiplayer co-op demo. Yeah.
Let's try the demo and talk about it more next week once we all get our hands on it.
Oh, we'll definitely be an in-depth review on that.
You're gonna have to download that on the box.
Oh no, that'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You got to delete some shit because you got a 4 gig just like me.
I do. So, interesting story that's been happening this past week is Double Fine Adventure. Right, this is a point-and-click adventure game, and this is not something we would normally talk about. I'm gonna tell you why we're talking about it though. Tim Schafer, the creator of a point-and-click adventure game from back in the day called Monkey Island, was huge. It was funny. It was good. I mean, they do a lot of things that are more humorous than anything. He said that no developer would fund another point-and-click adventure type PC type of game. And the game has been funded by us. It's been fun, not me, but
Yeah.
it's been funded
Not
by
me.
the fans of the company through a Kickstarter, right? So say he sets up something like a Kickstarter, which is more comparable like a PayPal, and the people buy the game on the premise that it's going to be good. They go and buy the game, $15, $20, whatever it is, and you're basically funding the development of the game. The reason that's interesting to me is because what if this, in a sense, is a new business model for how we get our games that we care about? So, for example, we kind of say vote with your dollars. Don't buy games you don't care about. Buy games you care about. You know, that's just that kind of self-explanatory. This is kind of buying games off the premise that you trust that developer. What do you think about that? What do y'all think about that?
I think that's pretty cool. Like just to
It's
see the
interesting
community,
for sure.
Yeah.
community to reach out and say yes, we want this. Not saying that
It's proven to a
Yeah.
publisher that we want it. We're
Yeah.
willing to buy it and at least make your money back, right? So he said that the game is going to cost $400,000 in that ballpark.
Mm.
They've got more than that already, and it's
Yeah.
been like a week.
Yeah.
So obviously, just simply that alone tells the publishers that yes, people are willing to buy it. You may not make Call of Duty money, but people
But
are
still
willing to buy it,
you're
and
still
they
gonna
want
make a
this
profit
game.
and
They
sell your
want
game,
this
yeah.
game.
You're still going to make a decent profit on the game.
Tim Schafer said, "Hey, it's going to cost us about $400,000 to make the game. That's including everybody's salaries. That's that's pretty much all it is salaries and equipment,
Right.
computers and shit,
Salaries and computers. Everything else is just work.
man hours,
Yeah.
labor. So they're getting paid. They're getting paid. I think this is an interesting business model to develop." Mid-tier games, right? Call of Duty's going to get made no matter what.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed's going to get made. Your big Mass Effects and stuff like that, they're going to get made because the developer is going to put the money and the time into it. But this is kind of one of those things where it's like, you don't think a developer will put the money into it, but
I think it's an innovative
they
way.
didn't have to.
I think it's an innovative way to get your game out. Like you just propose to the people, be like, hey, this is an idea I have for a game. If you wanted to come to life, give me some money.
If you trust us, if you have faith in us, it's basically an investment. And it's not an investment in a sense, right? I don't want to get that wrong. Like the Kickstarter, what you're doing is you're buying the game. You're basically
Exactly.
pre-ordering the game that hasn't even been built yet. And
Yeah, when the game comes out, you're going to get it for free.
that's what I'm saying. Like
If
it's
you
an
put the
interesting
money into
business
it.
model. It's an interesting business
And when
model.
the game comes out, it's going to be available to everybody for a certain amount of money.
If somebody told me that Call of Duty was in trouble, I know it's not even close, but somebody told me Call of Duty was in trouble. It's a game I really care about, I'm passionate about. I'm going to go out and spend $60 right now so it comes out this year. I want a Call of Duty this year.
I'd be cheering.
So, yeah. Well,
Fuck Call of Duty.
but a game you care about. Say Skyrim. Skyrim was, the next Elder Scrolls was
I'd give them
on.
$120 a year.
Thank you.
120 a year.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
That's the point.
That's it.
It's just something you care about. Wow. It's something you care about. And, you're willing to put out the money. You're willing to vote with your dollars. And I think that, like I said, this is just an interesting business model that I think
It's
is
cool, and I'm glad to see that it's being well received. Until one of these developers buys an old property and they're like, okay, we're gonna remake this game. Who wants to dump money into the Kickstarter? And then all
Well,
these
that's
fans
up to
dump a
us,
lot of
though.
money into it.
It's up to us to
and
get
then they come
duped.
out with a crappy game,
Yeah.
and then that's just gonna ruin it from there
Either
on
that
out.
or they just port it over from like the PS1 to the PS3.
That's up to
Here's your
us.
HD remake.
And they're like, yay, we got all this money.
No, like I mean,
At the end
that's,
of the day, that's up to us to discern
Yeah.
whether or not we trust that company
Oh.
enough to pre-order the game
Hey.
before it's even built,
I mean-
before we can see anything about it.
Or either you throw all that money in the game and you're like, oh yeah, well, this game tanked, we're not coming out with nothing, you're screwed.
I think at that point, like
That does not happen.
Nothing. Damn.
nothing.
I was hoping that would hurt.
No, I don't think something like that would happen. Is it a possibility? Maybe, but I don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, it's pretty cool though.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
That's all. So another thing that's pretty interesting, right? Twisted Metal's coming out, and I think it's out right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Twisted Metal. I played this game when I was a kid. PlayStation 1. I freaking loved it. Me and my dad sat there and played it
Yeah.
for days because it was cool. It was innovative. It's a shooter with cars. It's cool. This Twisted Metal, I was never really... It didn't capture me again.
Well, it didn't have the... didn't have the pizzazz like the old games.
The old games were just cool, dude.
I mean, it was creative when it came out the first 5 times.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, oh, another Twisted Metal.
It's Tony Hawk, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like, oh, look, another Twisted Metal. Oh,
this one's in HD. Yeah. Well, the interesting thing is, right? David Jaffe. If you don't know who he is, he pretty much created God of War. He developed the first God of War, and he pretty much invented Twisted Metal, right? His development team right now working for Sony is Eat Sleep Play. Now he just left Eat Sleep Play just before the game releases in order to work on browser and smartphone based games.
casual.
That's interesting to me, right? Because like, what does he see? He's in it. He's watching the money flow. He's watching everything that has to do with the games industry, right? He's not stupid. He's been around the block for a long time.
I guess he feels like there's more.
Is that where the future is? Is
I
that what
guess
he sees?
I guess he feels
I think
like
that's what exactly.
Yeah,
you know?
he thinks there's more people involved in casual gaming than there is in hardcore gaming.
First, let's not move past the fact that he's leaving just before Twisted Metal releases. First, what does that say for Twisted
That
Metal?
means that game's gonna fucking tank. That shit's gonna suck ass. That fool doesn't want to be associated with it after it fucking releases. Like, he was like, I'm done with this. Don't call me about it. I don't want to do any interviews.
Yeah, in 6 months when they say, "Well, why'd you make Twisted Metal? Why'd it tank?" Be like, "Well, I'm not working for that company anymore.
And he's gonna be
I don't have
like,
any comment on
I
it."
left. I don't know what you're talking about. They fucked it up after I left. But
I mean, are browser and iOS based or smartphone based games is that where it's going? Is casual gaming
Dude,
where we're going?
when you think about how many people have smartphones, dude, that could be the way gaming is
I
going.
think it's either a fad or it's the future. It's one or the other. You know.
I think it's more like the immediate future. The future, it's so different.
Yeah.
I predict it's so different from what we see today that we can't predict it. Right, 10 years down the road, there's no way we can tell you what it's going to be. It's going to be so different.
No, because 10 years ago, they said we were going to be flying in cars by now.
Yeah.
And shit, you know?
Bullshit. It's fucking garbage. I want a flying car.
Where's my hoverboard, bitch?
I want to beat up Biff.
Oh, I knew it.
Got it to 88.
Comment in the section below if you know exactly what these two gypsies are talking about right now.
Anyway.
So speaking of cars and kind of doing stupid shit like that, LittleBigPlanet Karting.
Oh my god. Karting?
Has
Karting?
been confirmed. Kart racing.
Karting out the whole franchise because it just took a nosedive?
So
Might as
you're
well do
gay.
that.
So Media Molecule made LittleBigPlanet and LittleBigPlanet 2. Huge games,
That's
right?
the name
For
of the
kids.
developer?
Media Molecule.
I've never known that.
Somewhere in Europe. I don't know.
Europe?
Somewhere in Europe. They made LittleBigPlanet's cool. I think it's a good game. I mean, it's great for kids.
Yeah,
it's great.
a good
It's a
platformer.
great casual game, great platformer. It's kind of one of those like, it's not like Mario. Mario's a little tighter. It's one of those loosey-goosey platformers.
That's the game you
Very
let your wife
customizable.
play to try and...
It's
It's a customizable platform.
It's the game that I would recommend somebody to let their wife play to get into gaming in any fashion, right? She's not into gaming. Try LittleBigPlanet. That's the first thing I would say. Try LittleBigPlanet.
How was the whole like level design thing received from LittleBigPlanet 2? Yeah, I'm a little
Little.
But
How was the whole what?
like the level design
like,
thing, like
create,
the whole,
share thing?
yeah. Like, how did that work out? Like, because I
It
haven't
goes
heard
great.
anything
There's
about that.
millions of levels out there. User created levels. Now, granted, some of them are BS. Some of them are
Yeah.
really good. User created stuff, right? That was what was done in Mod Nation Racers.
Right.
So this is why this is interesting. LittleBigPlanet is not something that we would particularly talk about on this podcast, but it's interesting because it's been confirmed by Sony that a LittleBigPlanet kart racer is coming out. But in essence, you already have that with Mod Nation Racers, right? It's a creation.
Totally customizable.
I don't understand.
And it's...
I think that basically they're reskinning Mod Nation Racers and they're gonna skin it with LittleBigPlanet stuff. It feels like for LittleBigPlanet this should be a DLC though. To me,
Dude, you can try and try and try till you're fucking blue in the face. But Mario Kart was done and it'll never be done again.
well, yeah.
Like, that's a wrap on that.
And
like,
you cannot top Mario Kart.
No.
This is something we all
No.
played when we were kids. Dude, when I played Mario Kart, I was
Shit,
just...
I played it like 3 years ago.
Well, I mean, Mario Kart, like Super Mario Kart on the SNES.
Hell yeah, dude,
right?
that shit was amazing.
That was great
Dude,
days,
we
dude.
have like 3 days straight just playing Mario.
And
Like,
it's
I
like
never
I
went
hear
to
like
that level.
another kart racer
Game.
or a new Mario Kart, and it's like, stop it, dude! Like that was fucking.
I don't think it's done.
That was done. No,
I
that
don't think
was
it's done.
done.
I think
Fuck
the
that.
generation growing up, I think your kid or your kids or my kid, they might enjoy a good kart racer.
Bro, my
from
kid is going to
today's
be living
age.
Minority Report. Like, that's what my kid's going to be doing.
Kinect.
Right? It's out there.
Kinect.
Like, I mean, come on. Like, the shit's going to be way
Xbox
different.
blow me. That
Xbox
didn't work.
Blow me. That was a bad parody. What the fuck were you trying to play that off
Oh,
of?
what, did you say Xbox Bing this and that? You know, whatever. Anyway,
Wah, 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 wah,
voice
wah.
commands, I guess.
voice commands. Anyway, y'all
Oh,
are
okay.
too drunk to get it.
Get it.
You're way too drunk to get
Me?
it. Take your hat off. Last of Us. We talk about Last of Us almost every freaking week. Developer Naughty Dog.
2
They
weeks
did an
now.
Uncharted series. The Naughty Dog's an amazing Sony exclusive developer. I really would like the people who are Xbox centric to get their hands on some Naughty Dog stuff.
Meh. They're okay.
Unfortunately, they're not going to get to with this one. Last of Us is a PlayStation exclusive, and the combat and gameplay has been explained. Last week or the week before, I don't remember. We talked about the storyline kind of got explained, what they're going to do. Now the combat is getting explained, and it's going to be a third-person kind of action-adventure game, much like Uncharted. But it's not going to be like a shooter like Uncharted, where you kill like billions of pirates throughout the game.
It's gonna be stealthy.
It's going to be a little more stealthy, a little more like what did you say earlier? Like cross Resident Evil with Metal Gear Solid, with Uncharted.
With
Mesh those together, and
Splinter Cell and zombies.
that sounds phenomenal to me.
That does sound phenomenal.
Mesh Uncharted with Metal Gear, with Splinter Cell, with
With
that
undead.
sound that just sounds amazing. That sounds like a great freaking game. So they were talking about things
I'm
like
gonna chalk
stealth.
that up as a W.
Yeah, that's gonna be a W. This game's gonna be
Phrase
a
of the week
win.
right now. Chalk that up as a W.
So it's gonna be more stealth and strategy than your Uncharted game, and like just you're gonna use distractions and use your AI partners that you meet along your journey, to kind of distract your enemies and use strategy more than just run and gun shoot and this and that, and ammo cache and things like that. But one interesting thing, most games we play today has like a health system that just kind of regens.
Right.
Well, this game is not gonna have that.
No regen at all.
Well, there are going to be opportunities to regenerate your health, but you're going to have to...
Well, it's basically like you gotta eat some food to get some health.
But it's not as simple as that. Healing yourself is going to not only take time, there's going to be consequences. So if you get hurt, the consequences not only are that you get hurt, there's going to be certain consequences that you need to heal yourself.
So you're basically gonna get injured, and you not only you have to
It's going to be
heal
interesting.
yourself. You have to repair your injuries.
It's going to be interesting. And
This arm's infected. I have to chop it off. Click.
you never know. You never
Give
know.
me a shotgun.
You never know what's going to happen, right? Like, it's going to be extremely interesting.
Oh, man.
And one last thing they're
Say
working
hello
on.
to my boomstick.
Boomstick? Taking that beer away from you.
No.
Put that in the comments if you know what that was.
Yeah,
from.
you know what that was from. Put that in the comments.
So one last thing they're working on and they're focusing on, right, is most of the games we play, your artificial intelligence partner is kind of dumb. They're kind of like, they either don't help, they get in the way, they don't shoot shit, they're like, ah!
Yeah, like in Skyrim, when you fucking go into a room and it's smaller than you think it's gonna be, and your fucking AI dude stands
in the
right
door.
there in the doorway, you fucking idiot, move! God damn it!
And you try to back, and it takes like 10 seconds for him to move. You pushing into him, and
It's like, you know
oh,
what?
I'm sorry.
At this point, I'm just gonna stab the fuck out of your ass since you won't move out the way. God damn.
So they're focusing on your artificial intelligence partner, if you will, the Ellie, the little 14-year-old girl who's never known the real world that we know today.
Is this an anime?
No.
Alright. Just wondering.
No porn for you.
Wow.
Kidding.
God.
Kidding, guy. Kidding.
So
He wishes he was.
the artificial intelligence, they're trying to make it more smart, more interactive. So instead of just being like cower in the corner while you take care of everything, she's going to interact. You might throw a brick at your enemy and distract him while you can go reload or anything like that. And I think, Naughty Dog's
picking up a gun and shooting a guy.
Well,
Naughty Dog's a developer that they're going to take those things into consideration. They have enough money off the Uncharted series that they're going to take those things into consideration, put time and effort and man hours into something like that. And it's going to be interesting to see that come to fruition. See that,
so
that artificial intelligence smartness.
They're basically trying to improve the AI system on the
Like, I
of
wanna
your
see-
partners and your enemies,
I want to see it work.
That's why I said improve the AI of video games, period.
which takes a lot of work.
I mean, 'cause,
Absolutely.
like now, it's like your allies either kill the enemy for you or they just don't do anything.
Sit behind you and be
it's
like, get him,
yeah,
get
it's
him,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, like a Call of Duty or something, your allies just sit there and shoot. They don't kill shit.
Yeah,
It's
nothing
like-
ever dies.
It's like
they're
you're a
not
long
really
gun.
a help,
Yeah. They unload all.
Yeah.
They unload all their endless ammo that never runs away.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the multiplayer. What are y'all talking about?
You talking about the fucking randoms? Fucking scrubs and randoms you get teamed up with?
Noob.
It's like, what are you doing? I'm sitting in this corner.
So,
I'm camping like a motherfucker.
I'm camping behind my claymores. How do you feel?
Anyway,
Rushing around.
if you're
dying.
offended by this comment about camping behind claymores,
You shouldn't be watching
then
YouTube videos.
Fuck you.
with Call of
Motherfucking bitch ass motherfucker.
Damn.
You just got served. Anyway.
So anyhow, that's all the news we have for today. Anything else you want to add besides that Skyrim's amazing? Thank you.
Skyrim
So-
is fucking amazing. If you have not played this fucking game yet, please go get it. I got it
Next
like
week-
3 days ago. I got 40-something hours in. I haven't slept on it yet since. Yeah, you need to play this shit. It's fucking awesome. There's dragons.
Dead air.
Dragon
No. Take this while I close the podcast. So thank you guys for joining us. Again, if you want to see your gameplay, don't hesitate to save it to your vault. All it has to be is entertaining, right? It doesn't have to be like amazing MOAB gameplay. It just has to be entertaining. You'll see it right here on Startup X Gaming News Podcast, presented by 2Sick TV. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Six Sensei. Thank you, Lawless.
No problem.
Thank you, Psycho.
Anytime.
2Sick TV, Startup X Podcast, and we're out. Peace.
Got him.
You got me! Ching, ching!
What?
You were way too excited about it.
Ching, ching.
You got money off of grabbing his
Ah!
nip?
You got... It's not a...
He got a
Block.
nick for the nip nip?
It's like inverted now, dude. I caught
Inverted? That bitch is in / out. It don't know what it wants to be. You done confused it. Damn.
I just raped his nipple.
I'll just rape that nipple.
Just started raping it.
Yeah, let's bring up whole shit. Thanks a lot, guy. Thought we was over.
Oh, man.